Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the recent announcement made by the US President Donald Trump, where he has decided to launch what he is referring as a gold card. Gold card is a kind of a long visa that will be issued to high net worth individuals. Now, how it is going to impact people or citizens of India, how it is going to impact the people who are already waiting in line for the green card, who are working there on the H1 visa. Let us try to understand this in more detail. So first of all, to give you the brief background of this recent discussion, President Donald Trump recently, while holding a press conference along with the US Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, has stated the visa program that is called as Gold Card for those foreign investors who are willing to have a permanent residency in the United States, and ultimately after a certain duration of time, their door will also be open for them to finally getting an American citizenship or US passport for that matter. The details of the scheme is still not out. It is expected to take at least 2 weeks after the announcement of the gold card, and it is going to replace earlier investment scheme that US had called as EB-5 immigrant investor visa. So this is basically by the Trump administration has been sought as a replacement program for the earlier running program. And in this context, the US Commerce Secretary has stated that as far as the EB-5 program is concerned, it was full of nonsense, make-believe, and also a lot of frauds is something that we had witnessed related to that program, and that is why it is a way to get a green card that was also low price. Now, why it was low price? Let us try to understand this by having comparison between EB-5 and the new gold card. Now, before that, what exactly Trump has stated? So, if you look at his statement, he has said that obviously because that Trump is having a business background, and that is why most of his statements are coming like a businessman. So he said that we are going to be selling a gold card, and that is where he also has faced a lot of criticism, where basically people have commented from especially United States that he is putting a sale price on the America and American citizenship. So we are going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million. So that is the one major difference you can see. Under the EB-5 visa or investors program, only you have to spend $1 million, while here you have to pay a lump sum amount of $5 million. It's going to give you green card privileges, plus it's going to be a route to the American citizenship, and wealthy people would be coming into our country by buying this card. So basically what you can see, if you look at the entire immigration policy the Trump administration has focused upon, it is by kicking out the illegal investor, it is by kicking out such kind of immigrants who have entered America's border illegally, and that is we have seen in case of Indian immigrants as well, who has returned to Amritsar airport by the US military aircraft in 2 different times, and further such kind of steps are to be followed as well in the future. And on the other hand, he is opening the gate for the rich investor. That is the major difference, that you see how he has diverted from the earlier or his predecessor's policy as far as the US investment is concerned or US residence is concerned. Now, if you compare EB-5 and gold card, EB-5 program was launched by the United States Congress, and it was run by US Citizenship and Immigration Services. And overall, this program also granted permanent residency, which also is popularly known as a green card in the USA, to such foreigners who invest in the American businesses. Now, one major difference that we have is that in the case of the recent gold card, an investor who is willing to seek permanent residence in US have to just deposit a sum of $5 million. It does not have to do anything else. On the other hand, on the earlier EB-5 route, investor must put in at least $1.05 million, $800,000 in certain specific cases, and also create at least 10 jobs for the Americans. So there were two major conditions. In this current program of gold card, only single condition you have is that you have to pay a lump sum amount of $5 million. Also, many experts have argued that even when the gold card will be launched, it will be likely taken care of by the US Citizenship and Immigration Services with the help of Department of State and Department of Commerce to administer at least the investment side of the scheme. So that is how we can relate the difference between two. Now, obviously, the gold card has been launched with a likely benefit to the United States, and in this context, the Secretary of US for the Commerce, he has stated that a clear and simple route now is being paved for the investors who are willing to come to the United States, and especially those investors who are high net worth individuals to America. The investment also is expected to stimulate the United States economy. The reason is because many of the investors who choose this route of gaining permanent residency or even citizenship largely invest in the sectors such as real estate, luxury markets, and businesses which can drive the consumption, which can drive the demand, and thus will help in creating more jobs in the economy, and more precisely US economy in this case. The EB5 program has been accused of facilitating fraud, and as simple a high cost purchase model could reduce or eliminate such risks. So apart from facilitating investment in the US economy, apart from creating jobs in the US economy, this present gold card also is expected to reduce or eliminate the risk of fraud associated with the EB5 visa program. Now, many concerns has been raised around the gold card. The concerns are broad-wide, ranging from ethical, legal, all the way up to the political spectrum. Now, the first concern is obviously the wording in which Trump has made this announcement. As we have discussed before, he has said that we are going to sell a gold card at a certain particular rate. So this has raised a concern that the Trump is trying to present American citizenship or the American passport as on sale, and he is favoring money more over the merit. And obviously, as you discussed, such kind of investment, such kind of investment based PR or investment based citizenship will cater to the rich at the expense perhaps of the talented professionals. If you talk about most of the Indians who have received green card in the United States or are in the long waiting line for the green card, they have chosen the route of H1B visa, which is when you work in US for a certain time duration. After that, you are eligible to apply for green card. So for these professionals, it is considered that it will be a kind of, what we can say, further delay they will have to face in the issuance of green card. So that is something where the money is being preferred over the merit. That is the first concern. Second is, it can also possibly lead to money laundering and undue foreign influence. And in this regard, even in the press conference, the reporters have asked Donald Trump the question about, will not it pave the way for the Russian oligarchs who are sitting on billions and billions of dollars of cash, and will not it open the door of America for them to pour into money and control American market or American politics to that extent? And in this regard, Trump's reply was also, basically he has said that he is not sure that whether the entry of Russian oligarchs into USA can be something that we have to be concerned about or something that is bad. Instead, he has even said that he knows many Russian oligarchs who are very, very good people. So obviously, Trump is not concerned about that, at least. Second is, residence in the US with no contribution to its economy is another concern, because if you compare EB5 visa, the investor have to also create job in the US market, while no such condition is attached to the gold card. A similar program we talk about from taking lessons from the past. A similar program was rolled out in the Canada also a few years back, but investment amount there that required was much more smaller than $5 million, but still it was shut down after the rampant misuse and corruption in this particular program. So maybe same fate we can expect to the American program as well in the future. Now, obviously, before the program can be rolled out, the gold card scheme itself can face a lot of challenges. The first challenge it may face is from the US Congress itself. Now, as we know, Donald Trump belongs to the Republican parties, and both US Senate as well as US House of Representatives as of now has Republican dominance. So, if all the Republicans support him, then obviously he will be able to roll out the program. But the problem is that many of the Republican representatives themselves are not in favor of such kind of gold card scheme. So he might have to face certain challenges, stiff challenges actually, in the US House before it can be passed, because any changes related to the investment in America or related to overall, we can say, permanent residency program or the citizenship program must have to be passed by the US Congress. Second, as many of the Trump's decision, whether it was about the ending the birthright citizenship, has been challenged in the US court, the same fate we can see happening with the gold card scheme as well, where petitions and suits can be filed in the court. So in both of these spheres, the Trump's policy will have to face a major challenge. Now, what about India? Will it have a significant impact on the Indian investor, Indian citizenship, or whoever want to have American citizenship or permanent residency? So if we talk about, first of all, as the gold card, the price is very, very hefty. That is $5 million. It means only super rich people from India and business tycoons can afford the direct route toward the American residency. So as far as the gold card scheme is concerned, it will not have any significant impact or a benefit, we can say, to a majority of the Indian people or vast section of Indian population. It is likely to increase the woes of the skilled professionals, as we have discussed before, who have taken the route of H1 visa, as they are already reeling under the long wait time for green card, and this wait time can further increase after the gold card scheme is launched. Under EB5, applicants could take loans or pool funds. That was one benefit or advantage they had. while in this particular case, the entire full cash payment is required, and that will make it much more challenging for many rich individuals as well to take this particular approach. So as far as the Indian professionals are concerned, it is expected that H-1B work visa program remains their preferential route, and even after the launch of Gold Card, it will remain their preferred route as long, and it will be almost impossible for them as long as they cannot pay $5 million. And in this context, you can also look at the data. If you talk about the year 2023, only 631 Indians obtained US green card through the EB-5 program. And if you compare, in EB-5, only the requirement was of paying $1.05 million. That means 5 times lesser than the requirement of Gold Card. So even if at such less amount, only 631 Indians have applied. So obviously, when the amount has increased to $5 million, this number you will see certainly falling further significantly. And also, if you compare America with the other countries who have launched similar programs, for example, Singapore, it requires a minimum investment of about $74,000, $740,000 only. Similarly, Canada requires $836,000. Then we have many European countries such as Portugal, Greece, Spain, Ireland. They require a sum of around $524,000. So this is almost 10 times lesser than what is required in the American Gold Card. Then UAE, Taiwan, Peru, all these are requiring a very small investment value as compared to what is requirement of the Gold Card. So in this context, for the Indian investors, it seems at least the Gold Card will have a very low attractiveness. So that is how we can understand the impact of the Gold Card scheme and its possible implications on the Indians wishing to have green card, permanent residency, or citizenship in the United States. That is all about this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your fellow aspirants, as well as subscribe to our channel for more such helpful content. Thank you.